Happy New Year, Bullish fam. Excited for what this year is about to bring to us. If you're new to the channel, normally I stick towards an intermediate advanced perspective on trading Forex, but one of my goals this year is to bring more of the basics of trading to the channel so we all can properly be able to get ourselves into these markets. Now, I've made a lot of mistakes over my first 3 years, so another one of my missions is to make sure that I can cut the learning curve for every single one of you that are willing to listen. Before we get into today's video content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to stay up to date on new and improved Forex videos, make sure to smash that like button, make it blue, just like the profits that we're going to be making this year. If you happen to disagree with anything that I share in this video at the end, you can smash that dislike button twice and leave a comment below on what you want to see from me and this channel going into 2021. As you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about how to start Forex trading in 2021 and what should you learn and from who. Now, the first step, I believe, before diving into the markets is to have a long-term vision. I believe that instant gratification is something that really kills this generation. And if you learn this skill set properly, it's something that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. I think that it's really crazy that people will go spend 2 to 8 years in college to go make an average of maybe $50K a year. But I've seen so many individuals that won't put 2 to 4 years into learning the markets to become financially free. Crazy. If you try to do too much too quick and try to make something out of nothing, then this market is going to kill you. Most of us have never had access to this type of information, to this type of income. We're stepping into a $5 trillion a day market. So sometimes we got to put that back into perspective and understand that normally we got to go trade an hour of our time to make $8 to $10, but we can simply do that in a couple seconds, couple minutes, couple hours. So this is something where you really got to take this slow. I would be so much further in my trading journey if I wasn't trying to flip $100 to $1,000 every single week my first couple years. And that's something that a lot of traders, again, get into that mindset because they think that this is a get rich quick thing. You know, we can make, turn $100 into $10,000 within your first couple months. And I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm saying for most individuals, 95 to 97%, that's not how it works. So remember to have a long-term vision, set out a plan for yourself over these next 2 to 4 years, and you are going to reach that set of freedom that you are searching for. Now, step number 2 to learning Forex trading in 2021 is to have proper education and to learn the basics. And I think there's a single quote that brings this entire step together, and it goes, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man how to fish, and you can feed him for a lifetime. And that's by Lao Tzu. And you guys know that throughout this channel, one of my biggest beliefs is to teach everybody how to be an independent, self-sufficient trader. And that's only going to come through you seeking proper education, because now more than ever, the internet is filled with different courses, different signal services, different community chats. And I'd really advise to stay away from these signal services because this isn't really going to teach you how to be able to properly, trade in the markets, because this is you relying on somebody else. This is a short-term mindset. This is you trying to get rich quick. What happens when that individual that you're getting signals from doesn't send a signal that morning? You have no way, no chance of making money. So that's why you need to stick with understanding how to learn the basics yourself. Now, there's a multitude of free websites, free channels that you can go to learn the basics, learn the foundation for trading, learn the lingo. There's also, courses that you could obviously go invest into. But for the most part, I know that there's a lot of websites, a lot of channels that will teach you the foundation for trading for just, spending your time watching these videos and taking notes. And I have my basics notebook here from 3 years ago. Now, again, I'm here to cut the learning curve for you guys. There's a lot more different information now, 3 years later, than there was when I got started trading. So I did this all through a different course. But again, this is all of my basics. And apparently the Comcast guy shows up early Saturday morning, so he just made an appearance in the video, but we got some new and improved Wi-Fi coming, so that's always a positive. But yeah, again, I can't stress enough the amount of notes that I took my first couple days, my first couple weeks of learning the basics. Now, to stress this again, if you found out about Forex yesterday and you're trying to make money from Forex today, that's probably not going to happen. Don't go give your money to anybody that messages you first. Don't go give your money to anybody that says they can flip an account, make 100% on your money. Is that going to teach you anything? No. Also, I think automated trading falls into this category. If you want something automated to where you don't have to do any work, I would suggest suggest maybe go investing into something a little bit safer, like an index fund or whatnot. Forex robots, Forex automation just really isn't there. It's really risky, and it's just something that I've seen not really work well for people in the past. Now, obviously, you can only get so far with free information, but when it does come to the foundation and basics of trading, that's something that you can go learn on your own, and that's actually something that I'm excited to bring more videos to you guys here on YouTube in January 2021. So again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and you want to see basics videos, make sure you smash that button now. Step number 3, after you have learned some of the basics of trading, now it is time to go ahead and find a broker and open up a practice demo account. Now, a broker is pretty much the middleman that we get to use for trading. They allow us to buy and sell really easily. Most traders do this through the MT4 platform, and a lot of the brokers that you can choose will link straight to the MetaTrader 4 platform that you can go ahead and execute your trades on. Now, a couple things to look out for when choosing a broker is, number 1, you want to make sure that you have an ECN brokerage account. That's where you pay per trade and not a market maker account where they actually make money when you lose a trade. And number 2, make sure that they have a live chat room. Now, I'm not affiliated with any brokerages. I'll flash up a couple here that I've used in the past that have really worked for me and I've never really had any problems with. But again, this is something that you want to do your own research on. Now, I'm not going to get into the conversation of regulated versus unregulated brokers. Here in the US, a lot of brokers don't really allow over 1 to 10 leverage, and they have a lot of fees tacked onto the amount of trades that you place. I've personally never had an issue with offshore brokers, and for most Forex traders, I know that they use offshore brokers to be able to fund and withdraw from their accounts. Now, when it comes to actually setting up your demo account, all you got to do is download MetaTrader 4. I'll flash up a split screen here to where you can go ahead and just search whatever broker that you choose. You put in some of your information, you choose the fake funded demo account amount there, and this is where you're going to practice and get comfortable with learning the app and learning the markets, how to properly buy, how to properly sell, how to enter, how to exit. And again, this is where it comes to practice. This is fake money, but the live market. So you're able to catch the same moves that other traders are making live profits on. But in the meantime, you have to get comfortable with the way that the app works and the way that the markets move. And this is going to be the best part about your practice. Whether you do this for a couple weeks or maybe a month or 2, this is where you really need to get comfortable with the app itself. Now, moving on to number 4, after you understand that you need a long-term vision and you've learned some of the foundation and the basics and you've opened up a demo account and been practicing for a little bit, now you need to seek out some mentors. You need to make sure that you know risk management. You need to create a trading plan and maybe find that community of people that you can go ahead and trade along with, because sometimes this journey does get really lonely, especially when you're taking losses by yourself. It's really not the best feeling. So you need to find somebody that you can count on, you can trust, somebody that you can have an actual conversation with. Maybe it's a friend that's been trading for a couple years. Maybe it's somebody that you really enjoy watching their content on YouTube or another site or whatever it may be. You need to find somebody that you can trust and is going to help you put together some kind of strategy that fits along with your exact schedule. Now that you are past the basic buy low, sell high trading knowledge, you need to seek higher education and create that trading plan. You need to know what session is best for you to trade in. You need to know what risk management is best for the type of income that you have. So you need to seek somebody, again, that you trust. Now, this is where I'm going to insert a little bit of my own opinion for the first time in this video. You know, a lot of the information out there is given to us. There's 2 types of traders in these markets, right? There's retail traders, which is us, we're small amounts of money. And then there's people that are actually moving the markets. These are the big banks and institutions, right? Banks and institutions are the top 10 currency traders around the world. It's not the individual that you follow on YouTube. It's not the individual that you follow on Instagram. It's the banks. So when it comes to the free information that they give out, these are patterns, indicators like RSI and MACD and Ichimoku clouds, and I really believe that a lot of this is just absolute fluff on the charts, and it's really not needed. And if you have searched a little bit back into my channel, you know that I really love price action, and reading the candlesticks themselves tells you the best amount of information, because that's exactly what the banks are printing out there. So try not to get caught up in a lot of the retail stuff that goes on. It's just something that I didn't have a lot of success with my first couple years trading. Again, people do have success with it. I just personally don't go that route. Because that's really where that 97% of failing traders figure comes from. It comes from them relying on an indicator which indicates which way the market's going to go. And a lot of the time this lags. So why not go ahead and step into the realm of learning how price action works, being part of smart money, being part of institutional trading, and getting yourself out of that retail world as soon as possible. Now, you have to remember that this will obviously come with some kind of cost to you because this is very valuable knowledge. Again, the free information is for people that are seeking free info. For the people that actually want to take this serious and treat it like a business, sometimes you're going to have to go invest into a mentor. Sometimes you're going to have to invest multiple hours and days and weeks and months and years of your time into somebody that's teaching, proper price action studies. And something else that I always love to throw in there, and it's that I believe that the best mentor is the markets at the end of the day, right? Everybody's going to be a little different. Your mindset is different than my mindset. So at the end of the day, that's why you got to get on the demo account, practice, 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 practice. The more that you lose, the more you're going to learn. Never look at it as an L, look at it as a learning lesson. And this is where we dive into number 5. Which is actually opening up your live account and really treating this like a business. Because now that you are comfortable with the basics and following along with who you want to mentor you, you need to put your actual money to work because there's only so much that you can learn on the demo account. You really want to go ahead and get your feet wet with the demo accounts that you guys set up. Most of those brokers will allow you to open up a live account with most of the time as little as $50 to $100. And this is where you can start again, practicing, taking those small L's, taking those small wins, and getting comfortable with how to actually properly risk your funds. Now, one of the biggest tips that I can give you guys when starting your live account is to have some kind of source of steady income. Remember that this skill set is meant to be able to help you multiply the money that you already have, not to create a new source of it. So a lot of people will come in the markets, make $100, make $1,000, and then go try to quit their jobs. And I'm telling you that this is going to bite you in the long run because just as easy as you made that 1,000, you could lose that 1,000. And now that you've quit your job, now you have no steady income coming in. So remember that this skill set is supposed to help you multiply the money that you already have. Understand that treating this like a business is going to help you stay sustainable. Get rich quick is not sustainable. And I'm going to let y'all know now because sometimes I got to be the bearer of bad news. You will blow your account if you don't abide by risking 1% to 2% per trade. That's facts. Every single trader has done it. And if you're a new trader and you're hearing this for the first time, then maybe you're in a beautiful position to where you come in and you don't do that. But for most traders, for almost every trader that I've ever come across, they have blown an account at one point in their journey because, again, it's just the psychological warfare that you got to go through on this trading journey. And that's something that I didn't touch a lot on in this video. I plan on making more on that. This is just how to start trading. But again, guys, you cannot be afraid to get your hands and feet wet in these markets as soon as you dive into your live account. And the last point I want to end on is don't compare yourself to anybody in this industry. Remember that you are doing this for you. Remember that long-term vision that we set up in the beginning. It's going to be so easy to see somebody making thousands of dollars over here, somebody that's only been trading 3 months and is this far in their trading. You got to think about the people that have been doing this for years that still aren't even to the break-even point, right? There's three main parts in your trading journey. There's consistently losing, there's consistently breaking even, and then there's consistently making profits. And that journey is going to be different for everybody. And remember that you are doing this for generational wealth. You are doing this to go ahead and multiply what you already have. So always keep that in mind. I hope this video helped. Forex trading in 2021, there's been a really, high stigma over this over the last couple of years, but I truly believe that if you can follow these exact steps and follow other successful traders, that you can create a new source of income for yourself by multiplying the money that you already have. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you want to go ahead, again, subscribe, smash that like button, smash that dislike button twice. Leave in the comments below what you want to see from me for the rest of this year. Let's live bullish.